How many times must I tell you? You must never put your life on the line for me.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
We are doing our utmost to find your mother as quickly as possible.
Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine.
What?
All I can tell you is I'm looking for my sister.
Right, that's right.
Do you believe your mother capable of torturing a
So it's
child?
all a flashback?
An agreement for
But
cannons.
they're
Lord
together.
Mortimer assured me that you are to take over the project on behalf of your mother.
Johann Christoph von Wollner, Minister of Religious Affairs, and Jacques Peroux, French Revolutionary
Why
Tribunal
did it
Judge.
quickly like that?
You will find that Lord Mortimer is not what one would call conventional, Monsieur de Richet.
What's up with
I do apologize for being late. I was obliged to clear up some urgent business.
Wait, are they in my room? Wait, is this happening right now? I didn't get to read to him from the last time. Oh, I don't even remember what it was. Lord Mortimer's office. We're back on the council.
At last, we meet.
This is
Monsieur
episode
de
5,
Richet.
but just act
Do you
2.
mind if I call you Louis?
Please do.
Thank you. I wish to apologize wholeheartedly, Louis. I made you cross the seas, and I wasn't even here to welcome you. When I asked you to join us here, it was, of course, in the hope that you would help us find your mother. However, there may
I
be
guess this is the
some
morning?
new developments, but I don't know if they are linked to your mother.
This is the
We
morning.
have found Elizabeth Adams' body in her room. I'm afraid she was brutally murdered,
What?
stabbed
We just
several
saw
times.
her last night, though. We just saw her last night. What? What the hell was that?
I can't believe it. We bumped into each other last night on our way to bed.
Yes, I know. Duchess Hillsborough informed us that she accompanied you at the beginning of the evening.
Right?
You apparently bumped into Miss Adams, who wanted to speak to you. We are told you turned her away, and she went away on her own.
That's correct.
Yes. That's
Do you
what we
know
did.
what she wanted to see you about, by any chance?
The way he looks at me, he seems like he doesn't know because he hasn't seen us talk at all. I'm gonna say no.
Not in the least.
Pity. The poor child was probably trying to find help.
I thought it could wait until tomorrow.
Why would I say that?
Apparently not.
I don't know.
Louis, I shan't hide the fact that this
How
tragedy
would he
puts
say
me
that,
in a
though?
very delicate situation. I cannot risk upsetting the smooth operation of our next conference. But the case cannot remain unaddressed.
I understand. What do you intend to do?
I must reassure my guests, and justice will be done. And for that to happen, I must ask for your help.
Why is
My
that?
help?
You met Elizabeth. You spoke together, I believe. She trusted
How
you.
would you know that we talked?
Listen, Louis.
How would you
Find
know we
out
talked?
who could have committed this
Oh, you
murder.
know that we talked, but like,
I refuse to believe
I
that one of
guess.
my guests is the murderer. I want to know who is responsible for this. And I trust you. You have my backing. You must stop at nothing. Can I count on you?
Of course. How would you like me to proceed?
Maybe you could start by going to the scene of the crime. Elizabeth was attacked in her room.
are there any suspects? Any details?
Can you tell me anything else about what happened?
Now, Louis, I wouldn't want to influence you.
Hmm.
Get over there and form your own opinion.
What would you influence me with? What would you know?
Do you have any suspects in mind, my lord?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi. So I think you can remove them from the list of suspects.
His Eminence and
Monsieur
Sir Piaggi.
Bonaparte and President Washington
no,
left
that's
the
different.
party after midnight, I believe. They were tired and went up to bed.
Wait, did he say...
Can you tell me anything
That's the wrong
else
one,
about what
that's the wrong
happened?
I spent most of the night talking with Sir Gregory and His Eminence Piaggi.
Oh, Sir
So
Gregory.
I think you can remove them from the list of suspects. Monsieur Bonaparte and President Washington.
Right.
And Piaggi
I'll get over there
were
immediately.
Talking.
Thank you, Louis. Now, once you've finished, come back and let me know your findings. I'll be waiting.
Okay.
And Louis, you've got permission to search through the guests' rooms. They've all been notified and they agree.
Okay. Sounds sweet. Sound like a deal. Sound like a deal. This Leviathan. It's Piaggi. Okay, what is he?
Your
know?
Eminence, I imagine that you've heard the news about Miss Adams.
What a tragedy, my son. How could
It's
such
a
a
little
thing
different than
have
his
happened?
cutscene.
That's exactly what I'm trying to find out. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary last night?
I saw the young French soldier, Bonaparte, I believe, hanging around near Miss Adams' room. But I would not want to get an innocent man into trouble, Louis. It's probably nothing.
Bonaparte was next to Elizabeth.
Not to worry, Your Eminence. If he is innocent, then he has nothing to fear. Do you know why Monsieur Bonaparte was hanging around her room like that?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised to learn that the dashing young soldier had become infatuated with a fragile young woman who looked a bit lost. But I don't think he got a very warm welcome.
What makes you say
Bonaparte
that?
and Adams? But they didn't even know each other, did they?
I couldn't say, Louis.
Hey. I already asked if you knew why Bonaparte was next to Elizabeth's room, but is there
But
anything
if
else?
I were you, my son, I would talk to Monsieur Peru.
Right.
You
yeah.
remember how violently he set upon Miss Adams.
Oh, don't worry. He's on the list of suspects.
He's just not the first suspect. That's too obvious. He's obviously like been framed or something. Cause like just convenient that someone that he mistreated is just gone.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub, the worm before it's attained its final form? Charming.
Golden elixir. Collector coin. A box.
Which four-letter word could open this?
Arson. What is this? What's up with that? Arson? That's R. C's? I think. Wait. I. Esto. Huh. Nice. Zeus. So what Piaggi told me is that I should talk to Peru and I should talk to Napoleon. I'm gonna talk to them because I don't think I'm gonna talk to Peru first because that's something I don't want to mess up. I guess something that makes sense would be to go get clues before going up to them. It would tell me not to get my opinion influenced. Excuse me. Hello. Von Wollner. What are you doing here?
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
Well, I would ask him, but he is dodgy about it. Should I talk about the room? Don't tell him anything?
Has anyone told you that Elizabeth was killed last night?
Yes. Rumors spread quickly.
Huh. He looks very put out.
It's horrible. How did it happen?
I can say nothing to you, sir. You'd better follow your host's instructions and stay in your quarters.
I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
Okay. Still the same as yesterday when we came in here in the morning. Wait. Oh, this is different. This is different. I don't know how I'm gonna clean this up. Well, the room looks entirely the same except for the body on the floor. Yep. This isn't the first time I'm doing this part because this is actually the second. I lost the first bit of video. You guys recorded over it. But I'm trying to follow. It's just that I messed up. And I'm trying to follow it a little bit to the line. It's a cutscene. Like Jack.
What do you want from me, Derichet?
Oh,
greetings. It's fallen to me
Cut
that...
the crap! Get to the point. We both know why you're here.
And have you got anything to tell me?
What does it matter? It's too late anyway. Do what you have to do and get out.
Okay, so as I was saying, this isn't the first time I had to do this. This is the second time. I don't know everything that I had to do, and I don't remember the exact path that I followed. But I do know that I want to try and make it...
It's never too late, sir. If you have something to say...
as similar as I did
is the
before.
time.
You don't understand. Everything's already written. It's over.
Why is he behaving like the perfect culprit?
See, that's
what is it that's already written? I'm not sure I follow you.
No, you don't.
Okay. I'm trying to follow it similar to how I played it the first time, and I'm doing that because I know that I can do that.
A pattern with 4 circles.
Unlock it. Yes, that's what I did before. I'm just trying to fix up and make it as cut and clean as I can to follow up what I did right. Or for what I did before.
I'm writing to thank you for the funds you sent. These funds will be crucial.
I'm not gonna keep
for the
this.
renovation
You
of
guys
the
can pause it
western
and
wing
read
of the
it
orphanage.
if you'd like.
I go space.
But anyways, you can pause and read that. I'm not gonna read it again. Enact the same. I won't enact the same features because when I did it the first time, I found it a little bit more authentic. And I do it the second time, it's like I found a little bit more of what
police. Notes intended for the police lieutenant of Paris. It's a list of people under surveillance in Paris. Man, there's some well-known names on it. This is valuable information. This shouldn't be lying around.
Dear friend, please come and join us. We must meet about the ongoing operation.
All right. Have you finished?
Not quite. I'd like you to answer a few questions.
Okay. I didn't get this question last time. I found his letter and this.
I'd like to talk about the letter you're writing. What woman is it addressed to?
Who says it's a woman?
I remember.
I'm not
asking this
saying
question.
any more. There's no point you insisting.
2 days ago, I surprised you having a go at Miss Adams. What happened? Did you want to give her another beating? She wouldn't let you push her around again, huh?
Shut up, you little shit! You have no idea what happened, and here you are, carping away. You think you're investigator of the year. Have you taken a look at yourself, Dorishe?
Didn't you get enough beating her black and blue the last time?
I did not!
I don't know if I hit him with this.
Go on. Keep going.
Shit.
Finish what you came to do, then get out of my room.
I don't know what I did after that. I don't know what I did.
Why?
Nothing. Get away from me.
Just as soon as you stopped treating me like I'm an idiot. If you wanted people to think you were guilty, you couldn't have done any better. So cut the bullshit and come clean now.
I can't! He'll come for
This is what I did. This is what I did.
No one! Just shut your trap, goddammit! Yes, I was there. Yes, I walked in her blood. You've got all you need to wrap it up. Now scram!
I didn't get to ask him that one question. If he still had his pistol. Why? Because I didn't look in the room before. I went around the rooms and investigating instead of getting questions to even ask about. No, I just went up to these people because I thought I knew who to ask.
There's just one holster in Bonaparte's gear, and the pistol is missing. On the other hand, his cleaning equipment is in mint condition. That's typical of the soldier in it.
Monsieur de Richet, please be quick. We are both very busy.
Right, okay. So, he was seen looking
Someone
around
saw
her
you
room.
not far from the victim's room. Can you tell me what you were doing exactly, please?
I can tell you that someone is an idiot.
Well,
I
why would you
wanted
say
to
that?
warn her to be careful. You see, on the night of my arrival, I saw someone leaving her room in haste, and I wanted to speak to her, to warn her. Unfortunately, the young lady slipped through my fingers each time. Now I know why. She had every reason to be worried. What an idiot I was not to insist. I could have helped her.
It cost
I've
zero.
been studying him for a while now, and I don't think he was lying. Yet,
Okay.
I'm surprised how easy it was for me to read him. It must surely be his military side.
Okay.
I wish they all could be like that. My investigation would be finished already.
He is being sincere. Does he have
As
a
any
pistol?
good soldier would, I imagine you own a firearm. May I see it?
Jack walked in on the
Well, if you really want
So,
to, here
if
is my
anything, it
pistol.
might be Jack's pistol.
Don't worry, it is not loaded.
Do you have several of these?
In Corsica, oui, but not on me when I am traveling. Only a bandit would carry such an arsenal.
Thank you.
So he doesn't carry two pistols, he only carries one and he has it on him.
At least, I could have helped her.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to
Well,
go talk to
have
the
we
Duchess.
finished, monsieur?
We're not done
Exactly.
yet.
Thanks again for all your answers. Good day.
We looked at this
Tending
before.
children at the orphanage in Harlem. I find it a little hard to understand this painting choice.
I don't know why he would, because in the
Amber.
breakfast, she was moved by the mention of an orphanage. I don't remember what happened.
Dear E, I received your last letter. Unfortunately, the Crown informed the Golden Order that our mission
Painted
should...
upon the request of the Waldegrave family, in an effort to find them a husband. Displayed like meat. It's disgusting.
I guess he understood the sense behind it, because it was to find him a husband, so just putting him off.
Grammar of Port-Royal. Ah, the artistry of the French language in all its splendor. Whoever masters French commands the world. At least, une partie of it.
This is technically a third edit. I messed up. I lied to myself. I didn't finish going through the room because when I went back to check my footage, I apparently looked over all of this before I talked to Emily. Alright, so I'm gonna read this again.
A
You guys
letter
can
from
pause
William
it
Pitt the Younger,
after
addressed to Emily.
the page comes
He's the
up.
present
I'm
Prime
not gonna
Minister of
have
the
the
United
voice
Kingdom.
read the whole thing.
He only had a drachma. Madam, thank you for consoling the Queen. The King's
Go ahead and
situation is
just pause
worsening,
it.
but
You'll be
I wager.
I went over here to allow that reading. This is the help. I don't think I ever found a key for
2
this.
coils circle the lock.
I'm gonna come back to that. I don't think I ever found a key for
A
that.
letter from William Pitt the Elder, addressed to Emily. He was the English Prime Minister. This letter dates from 15 years ago now. Madam, I shall never thank you enough for all your care and attention. I shall be indebted to you until my
I think I
last.
use this on this.
2 coils circle the lock.
I unlocked it. And I got a letter.
Dear Gregory, thank you for the information. I've managed to find out about the names you gave me.
I've retrieved everything.
I got another common law water, so I think I did do it the right way, even a 3rd time. Okay, now I can edit. Thank you. Go ahead and continue watching the first original version.
What can I do for you, Louis?
I've come to see you about last night's tragedy. Did you hear anything about what happened to Elizabeth?
Yes, we all did. Rumors spread quickly, you know. How
Yes.
awful. I didn't know her well, but I hope at least the poor thing didn't suffer too much.
Stabbed her 9 times. Poke at it. Poke at it. Poke at
Death
it.
came quickly. You can be assured of that.
If such a senseless act can happen here, then none of us is truly safe anywhere. Lord Mortimer must be mortified that one of his guests could have committed such an act, don't you think?
He is indeed very upset about it. It's only natural after such a violent murder.
Violent? What do you mean?
Elizabeth was stabbed 9 times.
Oh my God, Louis. How awful. The murderer must have had a serious grudge against her to set upon her like that. It must have
Might
been a
have been
crime
his
of
mom.
passion. Do you know what happened
Was
exactly?
probably angry about
In
the
fact,
way she talked about
Lord
him.
Mortimer has
His
asked
mom.
me to look into this case, Emily.
Really? Are you Lord Mortimer's snoop now?
I'm doing it
Yes.
for Elizabeth, not to please Mortimer.
Good for you. Quite right, too. Have you found out anything?
Make her speak about the night of the murder.
Did you and Elizabeth get to know each other?
I must admit, Louis, I didn't take much interest in her. I feel a bit guilty about it, but I never actually spoke to her. She seemed burdened by her problems, and as she wasn't invited to the conference, I didn't really seek her out.
Well, alright. Speak to her about a correspondence.
I hear you were in discussions with the Holy See.
Oh, either His Eminence can't keep his tongue from wagging, or you've been poking your nose where you shouldn't, sir.
Even so, Emily, you're raising a royalist army. That's no small matter.
And you are straying from the subject. Is there anything else you wanted to ask me?
Alright, well, make her speak about the night of murder.
I won't
No.
keep you, Emily. Thank you for answering my
I'm gonna save
questions.
my upper points.
See you, Louis.
We'll talk to Napoleon as well. A book.
A map of Vermont.
And the papers you got back here.
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
Damn it. Politics.
It looks like a note between Emily and Washington about trade deals.
Okay, is that both of them?
My dear George, I'd like to invite you to join me.
Portrait of George Washington.
It is. There's a case here. You can't open it. Jelly. Oh, nope. Where's that golden elixir go? It's over here.
Carmelite water. They say that if you drink this, it gives you a real boost.
Can I go outside? No, I can't go outside. Alright, George. Gotta talk to you, man.
Greetings, Louis.
Your
Mr.
mouth's not
President.
moving.
You can guess why I'm here.
Of course.
Lord Mortimer has sent me to ask you a few questions about last night.
It's... How am I going to tell Elizabeth's father that she's dead?
Like,
I know,
dead.
Mr. President. I shall endeavor to find out the truth about this tragedy.
But
I must
guess
ask you to help
Elizabeth
me,
told me
though.
that her
Please.
parents don't care.
Find the degenerate pig who did this, Louis.
I'm gonna ask you. Looks like he's leaving. What is his alibi? He said he went to bed early. That's what.
Tell me, Mr. President, had you spoken to Elizabeth
Mortimer
since your
told me.
arrival? You know her father. You thought she was dead.
No, I didn't. And I believe I'll be taking my remorse with me to my grave. I wanted to, but I didn't know where to begin.
You can't blame yourself. You couldn't have known that her days were numbered. Do you know if she had any enemies, Mr. President?
Not that I know of. I heard about her altercation with Mr. Perry, but that case was closed if I'm not mistaken. But if in doubt, I wouldn't leave any door unopened. And I'd go and question your fellow countrymen.
Don't worry, countryman or not, I'm not letting anybody slip through the cracks.
I already checked him out. I don't believe it's him.
Do you know why she came to the island?
To get help, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Indeed. Sir Gregory suggested to her father that he introduce her to Lord Mortimer to see if he could help her.
Sir Gregory could see to introduce her to help her.
Yes, Lord Mortimer has a talent for healing, apparently. I'm not surprised Sir Gregory advised her to come.
Agreed.
Jump from that. It looks like he's grieving. What was his alibi from last night?
Are you all right, Mr. President? Are you feeling all right?
Oh, don't worry. It's this rotten toothache. What do you expect? I'm no spring chicken now.
Alright.
I shan't keep you any longer, Mr. President.
Alright.
Feel free, Louis. If there's anything I can do, just ask.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Good day, Monsieur de Richet.
Mr. Volner, are you looking for anything in particular? Next to Elizabeth's room?
No, nothing special.
You ought to go back to your room, as Lord Mortimer asked you to.
And may I know why you yourself are not in your quarters?
For very sad reasons, sir, which only concern Lord Mortimer, the only person I'm accountable to.
Oh, well, look at you. The new right-hand man. I see. I shall leave you now, sir. I will return to my room.
I should have asked him a little bit more. It was like this when I first saw it, but I guess there she is now. Not touched, just left on the floor. Oh. Alright. Several items off the bat to notice. This clock's falling over. The pentagram, I could say something about it now. Guess I wasn't allowed to say anything about it before because my character wasn't mentioned to be in here before. But there's a pistol missing from Napoleon's case.
A pistol? Fairly new, I'd say. And judging by the weight of it, fairly light.
The pistol.
A tribute engraved on the barrel. To the liberators of France.
Napoleon?
There's a few dried traces of blood on the grip. Difficult to know for sure how they got there.
Can't say for sure, exactly.
It's extremely well maintained. The barrel is perfectly clean. It isn't loaded, and well, there's no traces of gunshot residue. I'd conclude that it hasn't been used recently.
It wasn't used, but it's Napoleon's gun.
Right.
To the
I just have to find its owner.
I'm saying too much fast.
Piece of fabric. High quality at that. I'd say it's silk. Going by the texture and the gray hue, it must come from a dress, that kind that women of quality wear.
I see what it might be. Napoleon makes for the or the woman. Don't by the texture. I'm gonna come back to that. Quality, women equality. So that's what he thinks.
A pentagram? What the hell's been going on here?
Examine symbol. I remember Mrs. Books. What was the connection of Elizabeth's death?
Contrary to what most people believe, a pentagram's not there to conjure up, I don't know what evil or demonic creature. With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil.
With the point toward the top, the pentagram is an ancient symbol of protection against evil.
Many esoteric rituals are based on this shape. Could Elizabeth have been sacrificed during an occult ritual?
I'll have to hit that later.
Vials of laudanum. The label shows that this laudanum comes straight from America.
You know,
I wonder if Washington's involved.
Those crystals that were here? Are they? That's that one? No, they're not there. Stabbed 9 times.
The clock stopped at 3:54. If it was smashed during the murder, then I've just established the time of the crime.
3:54, and
That would clear
Napoleon's
Emily de facto because she was still with me at the time.
Okay. So he knows Emily's safe.
A notebook, written in Elizabeth's handwriting. It is written in a mix of several languages. Not too easy to work out. It looks like a mixture of medieval Latin and Anglo-Norman. It is difficult to make sense of this jerky writing. I can make out some passages, though. He's coming. The demon is upon me. He's coming back to kill me. There she is. Death has come to finish me off. I've just run into her son. That was her last entry. What tortured writing.
So it has to be related to his mom. In the beginning, I was expecting it to be his mom.
August 24th.
Those are the letters that his sister wrote to her that I should have remembered. So if anything, this might not be Elizabeth's. That might be Sarah's clothes. Is that the knife? That's the knife.
The blade is short and thin. Well sharpened, apparently. It's covered in blood. Still fresh.
How is it fresh if she died at 3:54 a.m.?
The lower part of the handle is unsullied by blood. The murderer gripped the weapon so tight that there's no blood where he held it. The handprint indicates a small and slender hand.
Looks like someone got hit against the wall.
Blood spatter indicates that the murderer must have held Elizabeth upright during the attack. Even if Elizabeth wasn't very big, I doubt she wouldn't have put up a struggle. It takes tremendous strength to overpower someone like that.
So, if it was someone with small hands, Napoleon's guns here But she wrote that death has come upon her and that she ran into her son. But she's here.
Knocked over bottle of wine. What kind of plonk is that? Hey, it's a Bordeaux. That's a Chateau de Briand. It's a great
Am I
wine.
intoxicated?
I don't know what's happened to this wine, but it's undrinkable.
I'm gonna get rid of it. Really? Don't know where. All the writing on the arm. I'm going to put a warning on this. So, okay, let's see. I'm gonna examine the head first because she did get
I
hit
see
on
no
the
sign
wall.
of bruising on the skull. The only clue is a scar from a previous craniectomy.
Right.
Poor Elizabeth, she must have been very young when she went through all that. That's torture. She also has old scars around the neck, maybe mutilations.
Okay. Well, if there's no bruising on the skull, then she didn't get hit on the wall.
What a strange smell.
Like smell common at the court of the king. I know that
Breath.
smell.
It smells of alcohol and of laudanum. People use it to relieve pain.
So she used laudanum and the alcohol.
She bled from the nose.
Observe the nose. Observe the bleed. Examine the upper
I
body.
count no fewer than 9 wounds on the thorax with a lot of blood. At first sight, I'd say that's what caused her death.
At first sight.
Some of these tattoos are veritable works of... What's that? The skin between her breasts is different. Bloody hell! This tattoo was drawn on a page of leather and stitched onto her skin.
What?
Probably during childhood.
Drawn on
The scars
leather?
are anything to go by. It's the same
Stitched
kind of
on her
tattoo
skin.
as on the rest of her body.
So it's like they've written on her with leather as a book. Okay, examine the
There
upper.
are numerous marks on the body. She must have fought like a lion. It couldn't have happened without a lot of noise. There are also a number of old scars.
She tried doing it before? Was she suicidal? Meaning the scarring obvious. She tried to end it. She didn't want to live that life.
The scars are superficial and were made several years ago. She wasn't trying to take her own life.
She wasn't? No. It's superficial. What does he mean by superficial though?
People who scar themselves in this way generally do so to relieve some kind of psychological suffering. By trying to master the pain, they establish their self-control. Scarring, ugh. Scarring isn't very regular, but they're mostly from old cuts. She had the Sigillum de Ameth tattooed on her, the symbol of the living God, written in the language of angels, according to believers. It is rare for someone to know about symbols like this at her age, unless her mother was a tutor. Ancient Greek. Let's see what it means. These are sacred chants intended to protect their bearer. But from whom? Or from what?
Her parents believe she was possessed. Her dad is the reason why she was sent to his mom.
No wounds, but blood on the right hand. Nothing on the left except that tattooed symbol.
Blood on the right hand.
This pinnacle's a
No
trap.
wounds on the left.
The wearers of the pinnacle thought that they were protected from evil by surrounding it inside the different circles of the pinnacle. Blood, but no trace of blows on the legs. More tattoos, similar to those on the rest of her body.
Right. Analyze the blood streaks of sexual assault. What I eat? Okay. There's that. And then I gotta look at the blood now.
Poor girl bled to death.
She bled to death instead of.
Well, if that footprint has boats for feet, that's at least a size 15. Where's a size like that here? Peru? Washington, maybe.
That's a knife. That's the wine. That's her body. Hmm.